Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is in preparation for trading on September 28th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for education purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we will start off with our Forex factory calendar here. So today, an eventful day, a lot of volatility in the market. So three main things that happened here today were, first we had Bank of Canada Governor Pullout speaking. So that was a bit of an upset in the market. So here we are. So this is our chart. So when Bank of Canada Governor Pullout started speaking, this is what happened in the market. So prior to that, the trend was to the downside. Canadian dollar was quite strong, but basically, excuse me, in his speech, he said that they are not going to continue down the path of interest rate hikes mechanically. So he was concerned that the economy may not be able to handle multiple interest rate hikes. He said that the purpose that behind them doing interest rate hike it had worked. So the reason they needed to do it, that purpose was accomplished, and now they would need to wait to see what's going on excuse me, in the market, how the data turns out, because he was concerned about the high levels of debt that Canadians have, and as a result of that, continued interest rate hikes could be a big problem when it comes to those carrying a large amount of debt. So that's the gist of what he said. Market view that as negative. It just shows that they're not going to, or they may not continue down the path of interest rate hikes. And so all of that. So that is what happened here. As a result, Canadian dollar took a hit, which means dollar CAD went up. So that was the big thing. And then we had excuse me, President Trump's his tax cut. That was the big thing. Tax reforms that was supposed to get announced today. We were supposed to hear President Trump speaking at 3 p.m. But so here we have 3 p.m. President Trump speaking. But prior to that, earlier in the New York session, the whole tax reform thing, it got leaked, and as a result, there was a lot of comments around the tax reforms and such. And as a result of that, there was a lot of volatility in the market. And so that caused a lot of volatility in the market, and prices were all over the place in the New York session. So that's what those are the main things. And then Reserve Bank of New Zealand, they kept the interest rate the same, so they haven't changed anything, but they did not give any basically any forward guidance as to when they will raise the interest rates. So that's what, so let's take a quick look at what RBNZ did here. So basically what they're saying is, so big ticket items are still on their list. So economic confidence has slumped in most of the country's rural regions, and so generally positive for the dairy, wine, and fruit-going industries. The outlook is positive. Tourism and house prices increasing. They're started to slow down. So overall, basically, they were very neutral. I've got a lot of confidence in the economy, that type of stuff. So overall, they didn't really say much. They kind of stood, kind of maintained their position as it is. So no forward guidance as to when the interest rates may come up. So going into Thursday here, we have more central bankers speaking. Bank of Japan, and then we have Bank of England, Governor Carney speaking. So Bank of England has been more bullish on the economy, and they are concerned about inflation rising too much, and they have started talking about potential interest rate hikes, or at least the need to look for interest rate or think about interest rate hikes. So that's what's going on So tomorrow it's expected to be volatile as well, especially in the London session. So we'll kind of stay away from trades during that time because things can go crazy like we saw today. And even with the Fed yesterday, price went crazy. So that's what happens when you have central bankers speaking, especially right now with so much emphasis on the central banks. And we also have GDP numbers, which will be important for the US. And other than that, we have a FOMC member speaking, but it shouldn't be that big an impact. It will have some impact, but overall, then we are going into the yellow news. So the morning will be the busy part of the day. So let's go on to the charts here and we'll take a look at what's going on. Here we go. So we have Euro US dollar here. Excuse me. So with the euro here, it's still bearish. And we're looking for a further move to the downside. The target here, so we have dropped for the last 3 days now. And we're looking for this 1.1680 level. But we could get a bigger pullback into this level here. So 1.1780. So that's what we'll have to look out for. So we're looking for a pullback into 1.1780 and then a drop into 1.1680. So that's the move that we are looking at. Here's our 1 hour. So I'm looking for a pullback into this level and then a drop to the downside. Overall outlook is bearish for that. Pound dollar here. Pound dollar is bearish as well. So this is where we are. We have just broken below that. So I'm looking for a pullback higher, either into 1.3420 level, or we could even go higher. With this one, though, I would say we have to be cautious. The outlook is to the downside because of the daily close. However, because we do have Bank of England Governor Carney speaking, that could have a big impact on this. If the comments are positive, this could completely turn bullish again. So more caution is warranted here. In terms of the pullback, this is the level that we're watching, 1.3420 level, or even into this previous level, 1.3450-ish level for a potential pullback, and then a drop just based on the technicals. But with Bank of England, things could change, so we do need to keep that in mind. Okay, Aussie US dollar here, we had a bearish day and we're looking for further move to the downside here. The target is 0.7820 level to the downside. In terms of pullback, we could get a pullback all the way into 7920 level or 7900 level. But this is where we are. For a shallower pullback, this is a good level right into the R1 level. So pull back there and then a drop. So overall bias is to the downside for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar here. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay, the New Zealand dollar. We have a neutral candle close. Actually, let me just, I was showing someone how to put a trade. Okay, so that's closed. Excuse me. So we had a very neutral close for the day here, and the bias is very neutral on this one. Even though everything dropped against the US dollar, New Zealand dollar just kind of held its position, kind of waiting on that news from Reserve Bank of New Zealand. So right now, overall, the trend is to the downside, especially if the Australian dollar continues lower. This could line up with that and continue lower here as well. But the bias is neutral, which means it could go either way. So with this one, I'm looking at this 70-30 level as a potential pullback level if it maintains its downward trend here like this. So this is an important support and resistance level, and then looking for a drop back into the bottom into 0.7180 level, that type of a move. So neutral bias, so we'll just wait for price to move all the way up here or even into 70-50 level and then look for a drop. The 70-50 level is a better level, and then we could see a drop, but right now price is holding. But if price breaks this 71.80, so let's say it just turns around and breaks this 71.80 level, then we could see a drop further, and then we are looking for move into 71.40-ish level. Dollar CAD here, big move to the upside. It's broken through this previous support and resistance level, which was quite strong. So this has completely turned bullish now, and we are looking for a further move to the upside, and the target here is 25.70. And in terms of the pullback, we could get a pullback into this pivot point level or even into 124.20 level. So pullback here and then another move to the upside. But the bias on this one has changed. So this bearish pin bar that we had is not relevant anymore. It has it did not work out because of Bank of Canada here, and now we have turned bullish. So looking for a further move to the upside. Euro pound here, very neutral close for the day. Excuse me. But overall, though, the bearish bias is still in play, and we could see the price go lower, but we are coming into the support level. And depending on what Bank of England says, we could get a big move in either direction. If they're positive, we could see euro pound drop further, and our target would be 87.16 level here, or the 20-ish level. If we see a bigger drop here, then 86.80 level will be the second target to the downside. So this is neutral for now, but overall bias is still bearish, and we will look for bearish continuation, especially if Bank of England kind of continue on with the same type of comments that they had before. And this one here, Euro Swiss franc, we had a bearish close for the day. It hasn't broken the previous day's low though. So bias is to the downside, looking for further move into 1.1350 level. And pullback levels, we could see it pull back right into that 1.1450-ish level and then do a drop. So this one is bearish, but it could pull back high and then drop again. Pound Swiss, bearish pin bar, actually tweezer tops here. So we could get a pullback into that. So 1.3050 level and then a further drop. So the target here would be 1.2965. Those are nice bearish tweezer tops here. Okay, pound yen, very neutral close for the day. And we are looking at this 151.50 level. If the price doesn't break this level, then we're looking for price to come back into the range again. So this is range bound for now, and I will be looking for 131.50 level for a potential short, and looking for price to move lower. Euro yen, very neutral, really no bias on this one. We'll just have to wait and see. Aussie yen, very neutral close. If the price stays below this level, 88.80 level, then we're expecting price to move lower, and the target would be 88.20 or slightly lower into 88.00. Dollar yen, bullish here, but we do have a big pin at the top, so we'll have to be careful. So overall, we are bearish. We could see a pullback deeper over here into 112.50, and then a further move to the upside. Target is 113.50. Euro Aussie, we are very, very neutral, so not much to trade here. All right, so that's all I have. Any questions or anything to add? Okay, if not, we will call it a wrap.